Hi, Collective. I'm Ancient. Let's see what your person is thinking. Let's see what they are thinking. Okay, so we have the Five of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the King of Swords, and we have the Ace of Wands. Okay, yeah, this is most definitely what's going on in their mind. And then we have Judgment as the overall energy. So with the Five of Pentacles here, what your person's thinking is they're thinking about how in leaving you out in the cold, whether you're out in the cold or not, this is just in their thoughts. Um, it also leaves them out in the cold. Hurting you hurts them. I'm also getting that this person, they really miss you. They feel bad. There's something about this person feeling icky, like icky inside. And I think it has to do with the transformation that they've gone through, the dark night of the soul. I've said that before. Once you come out of the portal, and you've changed and actually grown, you're supposed to feel disgusted with yourself, especially if you've healed that part of yourself that was toxic, or you've learned like you've reviewed how you present yourself in a connection or relationship. So I feel what this person is thinking about is how badly they could have treated you and how ultimately it hurts them really, because there's a soul connection here, there's a spiritual connection, and then also your perspective of them. We have the Ace of Cups. This person is thinking about the love that you showed them when you would reach out to them and you did talk to them, and when they were physically around you, how sweet you were, how kind you were, how loving, how open, how genuine. I even feel like you extended an olive branch. I feel like more than once you extended an olive branch to this person and they just kept icing you out, gaslighting you. I'm also seeing here with the King of Swords and the Ace of Wands, this person, they're thinking about the intimacy between you two, the attraction that you can't help it, they can't help it, but there is something about this. Let's clarify these energies because it's something about this Ace of Wands. Maybe thinking about how fast you two got together. Because for some of you, like you typically get to know people before you open yourself up intimately, and perhaps with this person you just felt some sort of strong connection to them, that you put yourself out there with the Ace of Wands. You really did. Tell me about this Ace of Wands. We have the Nine of Pentacles and we have the Devil. This person, see, the attraction. This person is thinking about how you have everything they could possibly want in a partner. And that when they first saw you, they immediately wanted you. Immediately. Because it's the Nine of Pentacles and the Devil. The first moment this person saw you, they were on you, obsessed, addicted, attracted. This person, they're not going to lie to themselves that even now the attraction level still hasn't gone away, that every time this person thinks about you, your appearance is something about how you smell. Some of you have immaculate hygiene, like you have really good hygiene or something like that. I don't know what that means. Maybe they dealt with some nasty people, I don't know. It's something about the way you carry yourself, your physical appearance, but also your inner beauty, the way you take care of your home. Some of you are extremely clean. They're thinking about all of that. And this is why they're so obsessed, because it's not like, how you could date someone or get to know someone, and then you like, ooh, I don't like how they stink. Believe it or not, I've read this in a spread before, where I was picking up that someone didn't like someone's body odor. And some people get offended by that. And no, it's a chemical thing. There's some people that carry body odors that they don't even know that they have. And I'm not saying like, I'm gonna say this: there's cultural body odors. And some of you are gonna be like, what? There are, listen, cultural body odors, meaning like you could come from a culture where you eat certain foods and it comes through your pores. Or the household you grow up in, they cook with, let's say, a lot of garlic, or they cook with something, and you can smell it on the person. Okay. And for those of you that are raised in homes like that, depending on your culture, you're not going to know that. You're not going to know that. For those of you that are listening to me and you're like, yeah, ancient, I know what you're talking about. And it's not necessarily a negative thing, but it's a distinct smell that certain cultures have, um, based off of like the foods they eat, things of that nature, and it comes out of their pores. And you can actually smell it on people. And some people are attracted to it and some people are not. Okay. And if you're from the same culture and you typically use the same or eat the same foods, you probably don't know that there's a distinct smell, that other people can smell, right? We're just like animals, okay? We're humans, but we're just like animals. We can smell things on people, not just. And I'm not saying like, someone stinks or something, like they live on the street and they haven't taken a shower in months. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about distinct body odor that certain cultures have based off of their hair. There's certain people where their hair smells, their body smells, and it's cultural. It's genetics, I guess you could say. It's genetic. And only other groups of people who are not of the same ethnicity can actually smell it. Okay. I don't know why that needed to come out, but and it's nothing to be offended by. It just is what it is. And typically you don't know this unless you date someone outside of your ethnicity, where they can tell you, hey, you have a scent to you, or you don't have a scent, whatever. So there's something chemically, like, there's something about like your chemical chemistry, like the pheromones, your body odor. There's something that really drives this person insane. Okay. From the way you smell, the way I have to say it, the way you smell, the way you taste, the way you carry yourself, the scent of your skin, like everything about you drives this person insane. And people can smell each other. Like, I don't know why people are like, because I feel like people are getting tight right now. Like, what is she talking about? I'm like, it's the truth. If you've never dated someone outside of your ethnicity, okay, there are certain ethnicities that have a very strong scent to them. And you could pick up on it. I could pick up on spiritual sense, but I'm talking about in the 3D. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay. Again, it's not a bad thing or a good thing. It's just what you put in your body is what comes out of your pores. Okay. Moving on from that. I don't know why that needed to be said. We have the King of Swords here. We have the Page of Swords. Okay, I'm going to do a part 2 to this message because I feel like with this King of Swords and Page of Swords, someone's lurking. All right. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.